And I'm back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the fridge from this little RV. And the reason I'm taking it out is I want to get at these coils, and there's a condenser up higher, and you can see how there's some rust started on here. I want to sand that and paint it and put it back in. You're at risk of losing the charge inside of here if it rusts through. So we live in a climate where there's, you know, things just rust sitting outside, right? So this has been sitting around, and see how they're starting to form some rust on these coils. So I'm going to clean them up and paint them. Okay, so to take out the fridge, I just removed this panel. There's no propane hooked to this vehicle. So that's so they got that plug in there for the 115 right there. So I've unplugged that. And this is a three-way fridge, so it'll have propane. There's a gas line going to it here. And these other leads here are 12 volt. Okay, so see how they're just pinched together there. So I'm just going to clip them. And when I put it back in, I'll just join them again. Cut them off close to that right there. There and there, okay. I've held this on it with another wrench here, but it's 3/4 for the nut, so I've got it loose already. So that's your main gas line coming into it. Okay, that's disconnected. Now they'll all be a little different, but this one's got a couple of screws here holding it down to the bottom. One on either side. That one out. Okay, now on the other side, let's go on the inside. They have these little plastic covers over the screw holes that hold the fridge to the frame here, so just pop those off. There's some all around the perimeter, so I've already got the covers off them. All right, and okay, the cord's up there. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, that should come right out. There. I've got a cushion under it so it doesn't scratch the table. And there it is. All right, let's look at the hole here. Oh, what a great time to paint under here and clean it out. There you go. See, these propane fridges, you know, the exhaust from the propane when it's running runs up here into this little vented to the outside. Okay, well, looks pretty good. I've seen trailers where the roof is leaking, and this part is always rotten under these fridges. This is in pretty good shape, actually, considering, but I am going to paint it before I put the fridge back in, because it's what I do. Okay, that's looking good. All right, let's turn this around and take a look at the back of this thing. You know, why didn't you take it outside? Some would say, you know, why didn't you put it out the door? Well, this fridge is an inch wider than this finished door casing, okay? And I've seen this before in other RVs. It looks like they put the fridge in before maybe the door's on, before the frame's on, or before the whole thing's buttoned up, maybe before one end is put together. I'm not quite sure, but they don't go out the door. So it's like, and it won't go out, you know, it won't go out through that little opening onto the outside. So I'm kind of forced to do it inside. So it'll be a little dust. I'll have to pick it up later, but what can you do? So what I like to use for stuff like this is I cut a piece of belt sander paper, and you can get emery cloth in long strips, but I just take a belt sander piece and then rip it, and that works good. Okay, so all that paint's dry. Look how nice that looks. You see that? All cleaned off, rust converter, and painted. Look at that. It's slippery smooth. I don't feel any pits on it. All the way down to there. Everything's looking good. Okay. And over here, that's dried for a day. And we're ready to put the fridge back in the hole here. There. Over there. That looks so much better. Yeah. Okay, so I got to hook up the gas, and I have to reconnect these two wires, and it's a couple of bolts because one we took out here, one on the other side, and those ones on around the door on the inside. What an improvement! Look at that.